Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. Oh, the dogs just literally ran into each other head first. That was what that clunk was. I am airing my feet because I got very, very hot. I've come up to the top of the hill again today. I figured it's going to be really muddy down the bottom because it has rained quite a bit overnight. And it was still raining a little bit when I came out. I've left my waterproofs at work, so I'm in my tracky bottoms, and I also decided on not bringing a coat because it's actually really warm, and I think that was the right decision to make, to be fair, because the dogs pulled me up the hill. I used their leads and didn't take them off till we got to the top of the hill because I, one, wanted to wear them out, and two, I was cheating and wanted them to pull me up the hill to make it easier for me. But when I got to the top of the hill, I realised actually that was probably a really good call because there were loads of people and sheep in the top field and the gate was open. And I think they were the people I was talking to last week. Anyway, they've got a load of wethers in this field here that they are about to move. And I was having a lovely chat with them about sheep, as you do. I was asking if they were lambing. So, and that's when they said, no, these are all boys. So we walked through on the lead. The dogs had a lot of fuss. There they are. And I've walked a bit further down this other field. I've sat myself on a bench further down than I do normally, so that they have no intention of like getting under the gate and going into the sheep field. And I'm just sitting and enjoying this wonderful view. The rain clouds are slowly dissipating, moving off, and I'm just sitting here enjoying the wonderful scenery. I can hear lots of shouting. I think that's them trying to move the sheep along. These are my snacks today. Mac and Lisa have packed me Kit Kat, a cereal bar, and 2 Werther's Originals. I accidentally took Mac's drinks holder home with me, his canister, last week. So I refilled it with tea, but it has a tendency to leak. So I always put it in a bag, and I'm really glad I did because it fell over in the car and it's well and truly leaked into that baggie. So Maggie has cut her tail. Come here, sit, sit, sit. And where she wags her tail, it hits her side. So I now have a pink sprocker and a blue sprocker. Don't I, Blue? You're the blue one, obviously, because you're blue. But Maggie's now completely pink because she's got a cut on the end of her tail, which she's probably done in a bramble because she's been in the bushes. So I've got to take home a pink sprocker. You'll probably have worked out I have completely forgotten to pick up my glasses this morning, so I'm not wearing them. I'm noticing there are a lot of little tags on these bushes. I don't know if that is because they're going to thin them out or what, really. I know that this place is maintained. It is a, nature reserve, so yeah, not quite sure why they are doing that. And see how slopey this is when I walk along it this way. The wind has died down fantastically. I was getting so fed up of the wind. I don't mind it being a bit damp and I don't mind it being a bit cold, but the wind really drives me crazy. Especially when my mic doesn't particularly deal well with windy environments. Get your head out of that hole. Come on, Blue. Got myself on this path, so this isn't where I really want to come out. I need to find a way of coming down the hill, but it's getting steeper and steeper. So I might be coming down on my bottom at this rate. I don't know, let's try and work it out. Can't see the sheep in that. Oh, they've moved over to that other field. There we go. There's a lot of sheep moving going on at the moment. Changing the grazing. So our sheep are due on the 11th. I've said this before, but our sheep are due on the 11th. But we want to make sure everything is ready. If we can film it, we will. We'll warn you, because it might be a bit graphic. We don't want to interfere, obviously, unless absolutely necessary. And it's entirely possible that they will birth at night anyway, and we'll miss it. I hope we don't miss it. This is why they get cuts and scratches and scrapes, because they just go in the brambles and get caught up in the brambles. I think this path here might take me down there. This camera is not being held at an angle. This is this is how steep it is. trying very hard not to topple sideways off the side of this hill. Oh no, it's going back up again. I need to go down. I'm going to have to go that way. I'm thinking of, now the weather's improving, we've got more light in the day, of going and exploring more towns and interesting places in my local vicinity, like I have done in the past. You know, last year I didn't do very much of it, to be fair, because I was completely absorbed with the whole U-Talk thing. But I mean, I am still very much short on time and what have you. I do appreciate that I don't have a lot of time, but I need to make a bit of time for doing my stuff, and I do really try hard to make most Sundays a bit more relaxed. And Lee and I were talking about going and exploring new places, so I'm thinking of looking for some unusual history in the area. There's two sources that I use. One of them is Dark Oxfordshire, which obviously only covers Oxfordshire, and we're right on the sort of Bucks Oxfordshire border. And the other one is Atlas Obscura, and these are all ones I've used in the past for videos about interesting places. So I'm going to have a look on there and see if there's any really good spots to go and film that you lot might find interesting, or even just some new scenery, somewhere to go for a walk. And if it's got something interesting like a monument or chalk mark in the hillside or something like that, then all the better, or some ruins. I miss doing that. Like I said, I didn't really do any of that last year unless I was on my adventures. I think they've just flushed out a couple of pheasants. Yes, they have just flushed out a couple of pheasants. Well, I think 3 pheasants actually. And they've just gone and scared all the sheep. Not the dogs. The dogs haven't. The pheasants have scared the sheep. They all landed in the sheep field. Sorry, sheep. Oh, there's babies. I don't know if you can see. So the pheasants flew out from the bushes here, or the trees, and 3 of them landed in the middle of that field. And all the sheep went, "What's that? What's going on?" Went a bit loopy. Yeah, they're all getting together. I don't know if you see, there is a little lamb over there. That's what I'm thinking of doing. Thinking of exploring some new areas that I haven't yet explored. I've done a lot of Oxford, but I'm thinking of moving further out, sort of the Chalfonts way, places I can get to within a day, sort of the borders of London, Surrey, maybe go further out into the Chilterns. I've done a few further out in the Chilterns, sort of that way, because I'm currently on the Chilterns, so that way I've gone further that way. But there's still so many interesting places on the Chilterns, and the history of living on the Chilterns, you know, years and years ago. So I'm thinking of continuing that way and exploring some of those places, because there's such fascinating stories back there, and I miss doing that kind of thing. So if that's something that you think you would like, let me know, because there's no point me filming these things if people aren't really interested in it. But at the same time, it is my daily vlog, and if I decide to go and do those things, I'm likely to film it. But it would help me gauge how much interest there is if you let me know what you think. You know, how much time to spend telling you about the places, or just making it part of my daily vlog and just touching briefly on where we go, is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, it was a very long-winded way of putting it, wasn't it? I should be more concise and precise with my speech. Oh, squirrel just crossed the path. Oh, Maggie's seen it. Hopefully, yeah, it's got through the hedge. Was that a squirrel, Maggie? Thank God that she did not get that. Oh, he's gone now, Maggie. What are you going to do? Where is he? Has he gone up a tree? Lucky squirrel. Oh, they've been chopping. There's been a lot of tree maintenance going on, I've noticed, and woodland maintenance going on. There's lots of people about the last few weeks. I think like the Forestry Commission and what have you have been thinning things out, probably before the birds really start to get nesting. Popping off the trees that are damaged. There are a lot of these little tags on things. I don't know if that means that, you know, the tree is no more. I mean, they're young trees. Maybe they're just in the wrong spot. Seedlings that have grown where they shouldn't. Or whether it will keep those. I don't know. We won't talk about it too loudly in front of them, just in case. I don't want to scare the trees, in case they are for the... Nothing to see here, trees, as you were. Time to get these guys back on their lead. So I'm going to put the camera away, because I can't do both. And I'll chat to you a bit later on. I'm back in the village now, and I've picked up Rocky. I bumped into Emma. She's trying to catch... Oh, Rocky, that was my legs. She's trying to catch the peacocks, which is not going very well. We've had a couple of people say they are fed up of them being in the garden. They're eating their plants. I'm going to apologise for the noise. We are right by the motorway at this particular field. So yeah, she's been baiting one of the gardens and trying to get them to go into the crate, and they are currently ignoring her. But she's doing what she can do, and then they're going to be rehomed because they just will not stay on the farm. But there's a few people who've got the space and less neighbours, and they said they'll house them. I love this time of year. Just as spring starts, all of the blackthorn starts to get blossom on it. It's the first one to start blossoming of the thorns, I believe, as in like hawthorn and that kind of thing. But it's always so pretty. It means that all along the hedgerows, by the roadsides and stuff, they're all just white and fluffy and beautiful. Go play! Go, 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 go! It's just gone 1 o'clock, and I've got an hour to enjoy that, or maybe just under an hour before I go and pick Kenzie up from school. My puppies are worn out. So that rash is starting to come back. I think it could be that my boots are too hot when I wear those wool walking socks. Because that's the only thing I can think of. I changed my socks halfway through, so that's where my other socks came to. But I think maybe, I don't know, it's a similar pattern, isn't it? Or the same pattern. And a little bit starting there again. I reckon it's those socks I wear. I'm now home. I picked Kenzie up. We stopped at the garage on the way home because the car was smelling hot. It's the only way I can describe it. It was an odd smell anyway. They got it up on the ramps and they couldn't see a problem with the brakes or anything like that. And they said there's nothing leaking. So I just keep an eye on it. I'm going to put lots of vegetables in with some chicken breasts, which we're just sauteing now.
There's only a little bit. I don't know. I'd rather not have a little bit.
Little spices and stuff. We've got garlic here, so we can do some garlic and some other flavourings to go with it. I don't know. We'll have a rummage and see what we got. Teamwork, yeah?
Yeah.
Group cooking. We've decided to put some spice in that was from like a shawarma that we ended up not being able to use. It went out of date, unfortunately. I hate wasting food, but we kept the packet mix. We're just browning off some of that, and then we will put the stock in. The food is cooking. Kenzie and I have finished prepping it. I'm about to take this lovely puzzle apart that I finished yesterday and then make a start on one of my new puzzles. Melissa's just messaged me and said she's picking up another puzzle from the charity shop, another 1,000-piece, which is a canal puzzle. But I'm going to put this one away for now and then take that to Melissa when I next see her. In fact, I'm going to see Melissa tomorrow, so I will pack it up ready for her to take tomorrow and she can give it a go. Dinner for me tonight is very mixed up. I've got various pulses and vegetables, all mixed up with some Korean beef chili thing. And yeah, sort of a bit of a sauce. So lots of split peas and lentils and things in there as well. This is my new puzzle. I have been slowly working my way through. Do not knock it, dog. I haven't got all the edge pieces, which is my usual standard state of affairs. I never get them on the first go round with the box, and I end up just picking them up. Thank you. As I go along. This is quite tricky. It's a fish basket. And that, I started with that bit because it was very prominent and the black bits stood out, so I went for that. But yeah, some of these pieces don't lock in completely, which is a bit annoying when you get a puzzle that has pieces like that. They're not standard format. That's a bit irritating. These guys have been my support dogs, the process. But for now, I am going to relax. I'm going to make a cup of tea. I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to watch Tracker with my man. And yeah, just spend the rest of the evening taking it easy, I think. It's been a good day. Thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow.